Good evening, thank you for joining us for government-funded news. The Trudeau Foundation president and board of directors have resigned en masse after learning of the charity's inability to repay a disguised donation from the Chinese government, donated in an attempt to gain favor with Prime Minister Justin Trudeau. This comes well after the foundation had declared the money was already returned. In a statement, the foundation said that current events and the political nature of them have put a great deal of pressure on the board and leading to their resignation. They maintain that they're politically independent, and the Prime Minister has said that he has absolutely no involvement with the foundation, but it's a shame to see the level of toxicity and political polarization going on in our country these days. People are so toxic these days. Clearly he has no involvement in the charity. I mean, the fact that he changed the law regarding charity audits right when he became Prime Minister has nothing to do with all the foreign money that started pouring into the foundation right after he started leading the Liberals in 2013. There's no relation there at all. He has nothing to do with it, no involvement. Don't be ridiculous.
Hey, shut up.
Luckily, we'll soon know the extent of the full goings-on in the Trudeau Foundation, thanks to the work of the unbiased and independent Special Rapporteur, who definitely isn't a close family friend of the Trudeaus. He selected board members for the what now? Jagmeet Singh decided to add his voice to the conversation, unironically trying to score political points by accusing his opponents of trying to score political points. He is not the sharpest. He is a tool, though. Many Canadians who suffer from mental illness their doctor has been unable to successfully treat have had to wait for medical assistance in dying as the government delays MAID expansion. The Liberal government's sensible move to offer MAID to those with only a mental illness as their underlying condition has met with some opposition, some people saying that it could lead to coercion and abuse. However, supporters argue it will give dignity to those who've exhausted all other options, even advocating for consent in advance for those people with disorders which could lead to incapacity. Yeah, that definitely won't cause any problems. What happens when a person with Alzheimer's doesn't remember that they agreed to be killed? Or, God forbid they do, and change their mind?
Wait, I've changed my mind.
Wise decision.
The circus was in town this week as, wait, what's going on? The Ontario NDP have introduced a bill which would allow the Attorney General to designate specific addresses as community safety zones to protect drag shows from what they call harassment. The member introducing the bill, who's decided themselves to be better than simply male or female, has said that this would keep communities safe, which is why it would allow for a $25,000 fine to anyone deemed to be making an offensive remark within 100 meters of what's deemed to be the safety zone. These people get offended by reality. How are they going to find that? Also, there's free speech in this country. If you show up dressed like it's Frosh Week for Clown College, I'm allowed to say something. Well, that's it for tonight's edition of Go F You News. Thanks for watching. And remember, if you're struggling with today's high cost of living, just take the Prime Minister's advice and take on more debt. With a credit card.
But if you use your credit card to go back to school, or if you use your credit card, you go into debt to build an expansion on your house that you're then going to be able to sell your house for more. If you're making investments that are going to return, that is how you grow a strong economy. Because quite frankly, confident economies invest in themselves.
Good night.